When students or faculty perish at the Scholia Diasporis Academy, you won't find their ghosts wandering the halls. The intense magical gravity of the campus pulls their raw psychic residue, the panic, the fragmented memories, down into the subterranean cellarways. Down there, it mixes with ambient magical energy and congeals into wobbling, gelatinous masses. These masses eventually form the entities known as darklings and dark forms. They are an invasive parasitic ecology that feeds off the magical and emotional runoff of the realm. This biological schematic of a baseline darkling ooze shows a few universal traits. They are extremely vulnerable to radiant light, entirely immune to magical curses, and most importantly, they possess an unstable, hypermutative core. This core acts as a biological template. It allows a simple, gelatinous blob to continuously mutate and mimic almost any biological form it encounters across the realm's diverse environments. This level of adaptation follows a specific, violent history. To understand how they function today, we have to look back at the historical errors that first triggered their evolution. We can trace their earliest origins back about 704 years to the first corruption. During a brutal conflict, the sorceress Tabitha Calestis weaponized the local magic, twisting the majestic, eagle-like war wings into corrupted, shadowy mockeries. These were the very first dark forms. Fast forward to about 6 centuries ago, a clandestine group of corrupt students known as the Shadow Guild established a secret base deep underground. During a raid to root them out, the ensuing magical crossfire accidentally cracked the ancient umbral wards. That containment breach triggered an event known as Terror's Night. The raw, baseline darkling oozes poured out of their sealed chambers, permanently infesting the subterranean labyrinth of the cellarways. Trapped in the dark, they formed a brutal, fear-based hierarchy. The upper tunnels are now dominated by bat-like entities called Yowlers and Night Sippers. The larger Night Sippers maintain control by unleashing a specific low-frequency screech that causes an immediate, incapacitating loss of bowel control in any unpadded prey. Deeper down, you find the Hall Monitors. These humanoid parodies endlessly patrol the corridors, mimicking the Academy's strict authority figures, but replacing detention with lethal, predatory discipline. These subterranean forms illustrate a broader biological rule. Darklings mirror the specific psychic trauma and environmental pressures of their surroundings. As the dark ecology spread, diverse regional hazards forced radical defenses. In the Westersea Delta, dark forms grew chitinous scales, evolving into aquatic river tyrants. In Dawnshore, sunlight degrades their magic, forcing silt skulkers to bury themselves in mud to survive. But perhaps the strangest adaptation is in the fungal spire kingdom of Neolantia. The darklings here act as parasitic symbiotes. Sludge-like forms infect dead, colossal fungal stalks, puppeteering the hollowed wood like heavily armored biological mech suits. These diverse adaptations allow the darklings to hijack the local food chains, weaponizing the native environment against the very creatures that used to rule it. In the Cape of Sunrise, physical armor wasn't enough. Surrounded by formidable magical fauna like wizenbears and H-hounds, the apex darklings took an entirely different route. They evolved high intellect and religious devotion. Deep in the groves, you'll find the Coven of the Wraiths. These darkling seeresses manifest as beautiful spectral women wrapped in ancient-styled padding. They are organized, brilliant masterminds who steal magical artifacts to perform complex dark sacrifices. Yet, the most severe evolutionary leap is happening right now along the edges of the world gash. Here, localized darklings have crossbred with alien immigrant shadow entities ejected from other dimensions, creating a brand new society known as the Riftkin. Over decades near the multiversal funnel, the Riftkin developed a biology that naturally attracts the metallic debris of crushed dreadnoughts floating in the gash. Their bodies pull this metal into their viscous shadow mass, generating an impenetrable armor plating. The Riftkin prove that darkling evolution has broken its original planar boundaries. The ecology is now integrating the broken detritus of the multiverse itself. 7 centuries after the first incursion, The Darklings have successfully infiltrated every ecological niche in the Scolia diasporos. You can even see it in County Magica, the peaceful, highly normalized perpetual suburb of the realm. Despite the heavy wards, amphibious shadow squids known as bracklings have infested the flooded notes, becoming a relentless, everyday nuisance for the local residents. The dark ecology stands as physical evidence of historical hubris. These consequences have taken a predatory shape, waiting in the shadows for their next opportunity to strike.